When you open a modern banking app, you see a flawless, minimalist interface. But underneath that digital paint job, the illusion shatters. This photograph captures a financial back office from the 1970s. The rotary phones, the paper ledgers, the mainframe terminals. These are the structural foundations that still power the global banking network today, relying on accounting logic designed in the 14th century. When you authorize a cross-border payment, your money does not travel directly to its destination. It crawls through a fragmented labyrinth called correspondent banking, requiring manual compliance checks and redundant verifications at every stop. For the last decade, fintech companies simply digitized the front-end user experience. They painted over the rotting infrastructure while leaving the old architecture entirely intact. Data moves across the modern internet in nanoseconds, yet international financial settlement still operates on a T+2 to T+5 day schedule. The funds sit in limbo, waiting on human authorization. This diagram illustrates the journey of a single international transfer. Notice how as the transaction moves from node to node, intermediate banks and clearinghouses take their cut. By the end of the route, intermediary friction and manual checkpoints consume 90% of overall costs. That friction is hard-coded into the legacy design. The system cannot be optimized or patched. It has to be replaced entirely. That replacement is already being built. It relies on the convergence of three technologies: artificial intelligence, blockchain networks, and cryptocurrency protocols, a framework known as the triple play tech stack. This model visualizes the architecture of traditional banking ledgers. Each individual bank maintains its own isolated database. Because these silos cannot directly communicate, they rely on a heavily bottlenecked central audit hub to constantly reconcile conflicting information. Now, watch what happens when a distributed blockchain replaces that bottleneck. The isolated silos collapse into a single, unified cryptographic grid. Every authorized node in the network reads and writes to the exact same ledger simultaneously. When all participants share one mathematically secured source of truth, the need to pay a third party to reconcile the data disappears. In the traditional model, human escrow agents and clearinghouses are required to execute trades. They manually verify conditions, a process that forces days of delay. Cryptocurrency protocols replace those intermediaries with programmable smart contracts. Financial logic is written directly into the code, executing conditionally the exact moment a specific requirement is met, without any human intervention. This creates a state known as atomic settlement. Atomic settlement means the transfer of value happens instantly, in the exact millisecond the contract's parameters are fulfilled. A financial transfer is no longer a multi-day bureaucratic procedure. It is a real-time programmatic event. We see the same structural inefficiency in identity verification. Opening accounts across 5 different institutions means submitting your personal data 5 separate times. That redundancy creates a massive, centralized honeypot for hackers. Artificial intelligence serves as the connective tissue to fix this. It scans network ledger data to detect fraud before it happens, and it automates complex risk assessments instantly. This logic flow demonstrates how AI interacts with a zero-knowledge proof. A zero-knowledge proof is a cryptographic method that proves a statement is true without revealing the underlying data. As you can see, the user's raw information converts into a locked encrypted packet. The receiving institution instantly triggers a verified status, confirming the user's eligibility without the packet ever opening to expose their private details. Combining machine intelligence with cryptographic privacy turns regulatory compliance from a slow, reactive audit into a proactive, automated safeguard. We now have a complete symbiotic ecosystem. AI provides the predictive intelligence, the blockchain supplies the immutable trust, and crypto protocols manage network incentives. The math dictates the outcome. Algorithms underwrite loans in seconds, value settles atomically, and execution costs drop to near zero. This image captures the physical weight of traditional finance. For centuries, trust required heavy stone pillars and institutional promises. In the new architecture, trust is a mathematical certainty executed by code. The market naturally routes around inefficiency. The outdated architecture of high fees and delayed settlement is collapsing under its own friction. Institutions surviving the next decade will build on the new cryptographic foundation, not stand under the old structures as they fall.